gentlemen, and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Smackdown here on a Thursday night. My name is beautiful Dave Easton, and what a show we have for you in store tonight. We have the first round of qualifying matches for the Non-Stop Championship Money in the Bank, and the three people will be decided who goes into that tournament tonight. But first off, we're going to start with our GM in the ring, and here he is. And this is tonight, as I said, three superstars qualifying for Money in the Bank for a shot at the Non-Stop Wrestling Championship. Next week, two more will do the same before a member of NXT will make up the 6 men going for the case. He's saying there will be some great matches coming up, and tonight the tag match, Mike Dalton and Adrian Phoenix get the pinfall against Zadlan, our European champion. They will get a shot next week, but if Zadlan can get the pin, he will face our champion as well. Well, that is a bit of a shock to start the show, and first off is a qualifying match for the Non-Stop Championship, Wrestling Championship Money in the Bank. It is Giant Limbo versus Dustin Healy. And here he is. It is Giant Limbo. Such a big man. These ladder matches have got to be cleared if we can qualify tonight. He was in the ladder match for the Non-Stop Wrestling Championship back at Unforgiven, was unsuccessful there. So we'll look to see if he can get into the Money in the Bank match tonight. What a victory that would be. But he's going to be up against the newcomer Dustin Healy, who we've seen for the first time last week. He went actually in the #1 contendership match. As I say, we have got to a little bit more about Dustin Healy over the last week. We know that he is well, from what we know, he was into computer programmer before getting his hand in the wrestling business, and then took it up seriously. Here he is now in Non-Stop Wrestling. So let's see if he can put his way to victory. Oh dear, cheap one already. But here we go. Dustin Healy versus Giant Limbo is our first match of tonight, and our first qualifying match for the Non-Stop Wrestling Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. Dustin Healy versus Giant Limbo. Just look at the size difference when they come. Look at the size of Giant Limbo. Oh my goodness. It is going to be a tough task for Dustin tonight. And that's the best way to do things. Start by kicking, try and get the big man off his feet. Just like that. That's what he needs to do. Try and disable the legs if he can. So much coming up tonight. Remember, we have a 6-man tag team main event with the NWO in action for the first time as a threesome against Big E Langston, who was raging after losing the United States Championship on Monday night, and his tag team partners, the Kings of Wrestling, who actually hold a couple of victories over Wade Barrett and Matt Walker in recent weeks here on Smackdown. So let's see what happens tonight. Back to the ring action. Dustin Healy in control. Needs to really keep Giant Limbo off his feet. There we go, just as I say that, goes down, drops the knee across the leg. Best thing to do is to, as I say, keep the big man off his feet if he can, because Giant Limbo holds so much power, and Dustin Healy doing the right thing at the minute, working on the leg. So smart strategy. Oh, and that looked very close to being a low blow. The referee lets it go though. Again, working on that same leg, which he has done for the majority of the match. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, big slam! Could that be it? Out of nowhere. This would be a huge victory for Dustin Healy. Goes to the cover. Referee covered. Only just a 1 count. It would take a lot more to keep the big man down for a 3 count than that. This is it. Look at this. Big neck breaker takes him down. Can Dustin Healy pull off the big victory? I think that is just decided to piss off Giant Limbo. That is not what he wants to do. Look at a big shoulder charge into the corner. stacks him up on the top. Oh, this is not going to be good if you're Dustin Healy. This, thinking of the size of this big man, takes him off from the top rope. A devastating move. Now the elbows to the back, well, the shoulder blades, and this could be the beginning of the end if you're Dustin Healy. Big elbow drop, and that is a very big elbow to be dropped down on you. Limbo with massive strikes. Oh, he's not going to set him up for a second. He runs into the corner. Big shoulder block again. Oh my goodness, a second top rope suplex. This is not looking good. Picks him up. Just the speed and the velocity of the suplex. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. There you go, 3 count, and Giant Limbo will become our first man in the ladder match at Money in the Bank. And well, you have to say he now has to go down as one of the favourites. What a powerful victory tonight. Took all the early punishment, but then the top rope suplexes, devastating, and Giant Limbo qualifies for the Money in the Bank. Well, I say, just the pure size of this man, you have to say he is going in to be one of the favourites. It's going to take a lot to keep this man down. Can we be looking at the next, well, the first Money in the Bank winner tonight? Dustin Healy was no match for Giant Limbo, as in the back, Boulder has 2 guests with him, Molly Holly and Megan. And the same with all these attacks from an unknown person. Any idea who it could be? Molly saying, I don't know who they are, but me and Megan will be in the ring this Monday night. And they dare them to show up. Megan now saying, that's right, we are going to call them out, and if they have any guts, we will do it face to face. No more sneak attacks. Well, we will see. Boulder just saying thank you, and it's back to us. Well, thank you very much for that, Boulder. Very, very interesting to see what happens on Monday night if they do indeed call him out. But next up, it is another qualifying match. It is Chuck Taylor versus one of the Wyatt family, The Fallen. And you've got to know that Bray Wyatt will be there supporting one of his family members. And Chuck Taylor, again, another person who was in the first ladder match at Unforgiven. Will he make it into another one and get into the Money in the Bank ladder match? As you see, we know that he has had some ups and downs, but he's also got some famous victories as well. Early on here in non-stop wrestling, when he has faced The Fallen before. In the first ever hardcore title match, so it'll be sort of revenge if he can win tonight. But also, he will have to defeat a man. Well, he's been warned by Bray Wyatt, he must up his game if he is to continue his winning ways, and that is The Fallen. And when he's got that eerie Bray Wyatt with them, you know there is always trouble. Could you just imagine if all members of the Wyatt family were in the Money in the Bank ladder match, what disruption they could cause? Later on tonight, Bray Wyatt will go for the hardcore title when he will take on Edgar. Next is another qualifying match in the Bank, and it is the other member of the Wyatt family, Screwface, against Bane. That is coming up after this match. As here we go, Fallen versus Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor goes straight away. That's when he's doing big kick to, well, it was still flying, kick to the face, but Fallen not happy with that. Picks him, just drops him down with some force. Well, we can see at least he's doing Chuck Taylor's doing better than the first time these two met. Big backbreaker, but at the minute he's in a world of hurt at the moment. Over. Oh, nice back suplex. Full has upped his game. You can see he has got a lot better in recent weeks. After losing the hardcore title, having someone like Bray Wyatt always going to help you, I think, if you're ringside. Chuck Taylor, famous for that victory against Fandango that got him into the qualifying match. He needs to keep this up. As Fallen just comes in, shoulder tackles him down, drops the big leg. But Chuck not giving up, trying to get back into this one. Oh, and the boot to the face. Could we see it? Could we see an upset here? No, just a one. Again, he's got to keep on him. Look at this, picks him up, drops him down. Didn't think it was so. Oh, but then Fallen gets out the ring, not what Chuck Taylor needed. He needs to really try and go for that Taylor end. And quite quickly. Look at this, using the table as a weapon. Can only be good. Taking the big man, still can't get him off his feet though. Drops the elbow down now. He's going to drop the big leg. Yes, he is. Can we see an upset here? Can Chuck Taylor do it again? Get into another ladder match. Drop kick. Doesn't take the big man off his feet. And really that is just walking the Fallen up. And that is not what you want to do. Another big slam. Takes Chuck down. Fallen still feeling the effects. But here it comes. Camel clutch applied. And Chuck Taylor is a world of hurt here. Is he going to get to the ropes? No, he's not. He has tapped out, and the Fallen will qualify into the Money in the Bank ladder match and will join Giant Limbo as the next qualifier. Thought there that Chuck could have got it, but really, this is where we thought he could have got it. Good DDT type maneuver, but then once in the camel clutch. Never going to get to the ropes in time. Taps out, and the Fallen moves on to where just 10 short nights he will fight for Money in the Bank. And that's one of the Wyatt family in to the match. We'll see if Screwface can follow him when he faces Bane next. Big win tonight for the Fallen. I'm sure that will keep Bray Wyatt happy. As coming up next, Bray Wyatt will be back with us as his other member of his Wyatt family, Screwface, takes on Bane. Bane will have Edgar in his corner. Hopefully that will be the equaliser that he needs. As here we go, we hear the music again. As here comes Screwface. Just look at how you would not want to meet this man down a dark alley. He is, well, some superstar. And when you have him in the mix of the Wyatt family, that spells danger. Bray Wyatt again. We'll see a lot of Bray Wyatt tonight, especially with that hardcore match later on. His opponent will be in the corner of Bane, as Bane and Edgar have got sort of a friendship over the last couple of weeks. We've seen them tag a few times. Well, let's just see what will happen here. Screwface makes his entrance. By Bray Wyatt to back for hospital for Bane. As you see, has faced Screwface on Raw just last week, like two shows ago, and was defeated. So we'll need to update this game tonight. So with Eggnog with him, that will help equalise out the wide effect. Let's see if it is. It's Bane versus Screwface. It's coming up right now. So here we go. It is the Money in the Bank qualifier match. The winner goes on and joins Giant Limbo and the Fallen. And look at the power of Bane early on. I think Bane with Edgar can only be a good combination for these two, especially to utilise the effect, as I say, of the wide family. Bane hit with a big German suplex. That will hurt back on the head. Power of just Screwface in this match. And then the rake to the eyes. Referee not doing anything, letting it go early on. Stamp, trying to weaken their arm. Look at this, fighting back Bane, that's what he needs to do. And the big boot into the chest. More of that needed. But Screwface back up into the headlock. And another big German suplex. Massive moves. Bray Wyatt just pacing up and down on the outside. You can see how much it would mean though if he got two of his men into the Money in the Bank and then himself qualifies. That would be, well, you would guarantee that probably Bray Wyatt would get the Money in the Bank. Well, would win Money in the Bank and then have a title shot anytime he wants for the next 5 months. As Screwface goes to work, big. Look at this, Edgar trying to distract the referee, that's what they need to do. Screwface calls it the disfigure. And look at this, Bane needs to do something here and do something big. Look at a big, sort of a lock in there, and what's this? He's calling for it. But I think he's dazed. I think that move sort of caught him out, and that may have, well, will not help his cause. Screwface goes on with a hammer throw. What's he doing here? What's he calling for now? Bray Wyatt is on the apron. Oh, the punt to the head! Oh my goodness! I do believe I'm being called, that's called disfigurement 2. Referee counts, and that is 3, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. When Bray Wyatt called for that, Screwface, well, just punted Bane square in the head. And that is it. We'll have to disfigure. We thought that was it, but this is what I'm being called, is called disfigurement 2. And well, he gets the 3, and this is not looking good for every other member of people on Money in the Bank, because now Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family have 2 members in that match. And that is a big, big victory in the, really, for Bray Wyatt more than anyone else. Screwface qualifies for Money in the Bank and joins Giant Limbo, and well, the Fallen is the member so far to qualify. And that is the end of, oh no, whoa, just before we see him, end of part 1. Look at this. Megan and Sydney talking. Let's see what they say. Sydney, Megan, I know we don't see eye to eye, but this is crazy girls getting attacked, and we all know it's Molly. Oh, that's not good. Megan saying no, Molly is a friend, and she cannot be behind it. Sydney then turn around saying don't trust anyone. Molly will not be happy with that, especially after being accused by. And that is the end of part 1 of Smackdown this evening. Beautiful Davison here. Join us straight back for part 2.